there's a sort of brotherhood in rugby football. And there's a bond. And the bond, certainly, of 74 will never be broken until we die, and we might even meet up there.
Big Ballyclare man from up north.
He's one of those guys that he just transcends. You know, it's not just that he's Irish Willie John McBride, he's Lions Willie John McBride. Like he just transcends the whole country thing or anything like that.
Absolutely, yeah. But again, an interesting thing about Willie John is you're in there and you're trying to line up to beat the larder out of the opposition, and you get it from Willie, you know, and it's not, you know, all this and ranting and banging your feet on the floor sort of stuff. But you know, it's there. It's coming with the same passion, let's say, and deliverability is there, and you're taking it from a guy who's been there, done that, not once, not twice, 10 bloody times. You know exactly, you know, he's 100%.
Faz said there's no tomorrow after today. There is. There's a tomorrow. There's one with this jersey, and there's a tomorrow without the jersey. We've got 80 minutes to choose which one we want. Let's go.
Seeing Alan win after that third test, you know, when he took over as skipper, you know, after we'd had O'Connell, we'd had Warburton, and we had all the, and you had Driscoll, and obviously you know, losing those three guys, and then for someone with his experience, he just stepped up completely. He took ownership. I knew he'd skip it at Ospreys at the time, but he was really good. And then his team talk before the last test was just incredible, and it just kind of charged everyone like, let's go do this. And he just had the balance between emotion and like control down that day, and it was special. And he just led from the front. His work rate.
Yeah.
We had characters off the field.
You also had Martin Johnson.
Martin Johnson.
Amazing.
He was, Finlay, and he was a great man to have in charge and captain for the right reasons. But for me, behind the scenes, who really stole the show was Keith Wood.
Aye.
Keith Wood was the one, I think, that needed accolade for success.
Martin's not really a funny man, though. Let's
doesn't,
be fair. You know, he scares me. You know, that's it.
That way he is, yes.
But I think that's a mastery of the coaches. The coaching group is to get that blend right. You know, you don't want a whole team of jokers.
Yes.
Or you don't want a whole team of guys who are serious and won't be talking to anybody.
Just goes to show as well, when you're on tour, everyone's working together, and just how important the leadership is. But when you've got a captain like Finlay, I said it was a fantastic individual, massively respected. When we went out the first test, fairly confident that we'd win. We got beaten heavily, lost 32-12, something like that. And Finlay, and it's just probably just a sign of the man he is, wanted to resign as captain. Didn't feel that he'd performed well enough for selection. Andy Robinson was pushing him, obviously, for that open side berth. But you know, he had so much respect, not just from the players, but the management. It was almost discarded immediately.
I remember there was Roger and Clive and Ian and myself. We were sitting in this room. I said, look, let's get the ground rules right. If you think it's for the best that I step down, I'll step down. And all that, I can still see Clive. He just turned around and he said, Finlay, if you step down, I step down also. He said, no more. That was it. Good man. You know. And I went, good man.
And we sort of felt for Finlay because we hadn't helped him get the result that he deserved because of his leadership. And when you've got someone who's prepared to sacrifice his own place for the betterment of the team, it just shows just how close the Lions can get as a unit.